What do you do when writing isn't fun anymore? It's been your passion since you were a teenager, but now you seem to be making any excuse to not write. So we've all had those thoughts. What if I'm not good enough? What are people going to think? What if it doesn't turn out all right? What if I get rejected? And those thoughts can really get in the way of us just enjoying our writing. We didn't decide to become writers because we sat up one day and thought, what if I'm not good enough? No, we decided to become writers because there was one day when we were writing and we freaking loved it. We loved that feeling. Then the thoughts start to come in. It doesn't mean that our dreams are crap and that they're not going to come true. So what we need to do is we need to come back and we need to remember. We need to remember that enjoyment. We need to remember that deep pleasure when a whole afternoon goes by and you've just been typing away on your laptop, watching the words come, that real sense of rightness as the page fills, that real beautiful sense of flow because the language is just coming out of you. We just need to remember. The fact is we forget, okay? So I want you to imagine that when you're in that place of remembering, when you're in that place of enjoying it, that is when you are on the path to your writing dreams. Because at the end of that path lies your writing dream. Because when you're enjoying it, you're writing. And in order to achieve any writing dream, the one thing that you absolutely have to do, non-negotiable, is you have to write and you have to keep writing. So we come back to the enjoyment, the pleasure. That is the key. So when we're in this place, when we're loving it, when we're in the flow, when we remember what it means to us, we know that the result of this place is our writing dream. Then there's the other place. Oh God, what will people think? I'm not sure if this is going anywhere. Is this going to come to anything? I like to call this place the replay reality. Because let's face it, it never ends in an unusual way. Like, we don't start off thinking, oh God, what will people think? And then suddenly there's a knock at the door and there's a publisher down there with a check saying, hey, let me give you a publishing deal. When we go into those negative thoughts, it's a bit of a pit, productivity goes down, we maybe start rowing with the friends and family around us. It's a total reality replay and it's not fun. So we have these two choices. And depending on how often you choose either one of them, it becomes habit. So the more you choose to remind yourself about the enjoyment, about the pleasure, that then becomes the autopilot. The more you allow yourself into that replay reality of like, oh God, is this any good? What will people think? The more the brain will just get accustomed to keep playing those thoughts out. The brain just loves to run in autopilot. So here's the solution. It's to come back to reminding yourself anytime you feel that replay reality, the doubt, the thoughts that don't bring any pleasure at all, whenever that happens, you come back and you say, I'm just going to stop and I'm going to think back to when I was a teenager and I used to lie on my bed and I used to journal and it just felt so good. So it is your responsibility when you're in that reality replay to come back and set your brain into that course of thinking that's more positive, that brings more pleasure, that brings more enjoyment. And to keep reminding yourself that when you're in that place, your writing dreams lie at the very end. So really what I'm talking about here is creating a habit of the mind that is going to serve your writing dreams. It's to recognize that any time that you're in that loop of what will people think and you're putting pressure on yourself, it's a circle that goes round and you jump out of that circle by reminding yourself, I love this. I love to write. The moment that you remember that you love to write, that dream is there ahead of you and it's going to happen. There's a free download below, grab the link. It is all the processes that I teach on my Write No Matter What program. You're going to get 3 of them. I think I just did that. You're going to get 3 of them if you download it. These principles that are always going to bring you back to your love for writing, principles that are going to make sure that you achieve whatever writing dream you've got. Really lovely to hang out with you. Drop a question below if you've got one, and I'll see you on Monday next week.